And I strongly encourage you guys to share this video with your team and those that you have enrolled. Um, because I know for some people, social media can be a little bit scary, a little bit intimidating. I know that if many of you have not been consistently posting on social media, you kind of feel like, oh my God, what do I do? Where do I start? But you know, Ed and I always say that one of the beautiful things about our team is that we always had a system in place. And so it's our job as leaders, as builders, as, you know, however you feel comfortable referring to yourself, but it's your job to not only know it, but to teach it on to others. That's duplication. That's how your network will begin to grow. So take out a pen, take out a paper, and let's get ready to take some notes on building a successful business on Facebook, on any social media. So some people are killing it on social media while other people are posting daily and get 0 hits. Do you guys ever wonder, like, what are the successful people doing? Social media is really treated like a dartboard nowadays. I think people like randomly post and they just pray, you know, and I tell you honestly, I've not built my business that way. It wasn't luck. It wasn't a fluke. I didn't have a certain edge, but I also didn't just post and pray that something would come out of it. So I'll share a little bit of my story. My Isagenix story and how I built almost 1.8 million on Facebook in 5 years. So my Facebook consisted of me playing Mafia Wars. My Facebook consisted of me always being negative, always complaining. I had a terrible attitude, and I can see that when I go to my time hop or the Facebook memories. I see the place where I was at. And quite honestly, like, who would want to follow somebody like that? And so when I posted on Facebook for the first time, it wasn't with any kind of training. It wasn't with any kind of skill set. It was like, oh my God, I have just paid $300 for this shake program, and I hope and pray that it works. But for it to work, I have to hold myself accountable. And so every day I was posting, not for them, not for a sale, but for me. So I would stay on the program. So I would stay the course. And what I didn't know at the time, but what I was doing was I was building credibility. I was being vulnerable. And inadvertently, people were cheering for me. People were cheering for me as the underdog. And my first post sounded something like this: oh, Lord, I just ordered a program. I pray to God that it works. Guys, I need your support. My goal is to lose 30 pounds. My first post, I was scared, unsure, insecure, and I literally allowed people to watch my journey unfold. And so, you know, you see where I'm at now and you're like, oh, damn, she built this following and but everybody starts the same way. You know, when I first enrolled Ed Golden and I was like, you have to post, you know, he went from cussing and being a wise guy on Facebook, and I had to say to him, dude, if you're going to be a health and wellness coach, you've got to present yourself as such. And the transformation doesn't happen overnight, but I want to give you guys hope and say that what is attractive to people is watching your beautiful journey unfold. People are supportive of me. People join me because they have witnessed me from the very start. They saw where I came from to where I am now. And so I want you to really close your eyes and put yourself in that position that where you are today is not going to be the person who you are in a year from now. It's not. You're changing, you're evolving, and it's the evolution of you that's beautiful to people. You know, and I'll give you a perfect example. Somebody posted a picture. She was a heavy-set woman, and she said, after struggling with thyroid issues my whole life, I can't believe that I'm down 11 pounds. And she posted a before and after, and she was large before, and she was still a heavy set woman. And she got so many likes, so much encouragement, because people felt her pain. People were able to relate to her life as an imperfection. Whereas if you see somebody post, with a six-pack ab before and they're doing a workout, that's not relatable to a lot of us. We're parents, we're busy, we are struggling with time. It's be relatable to people. And it's the oh shit moments that are relatable to people, not perfect, not being perfect. So don't think that by posting on Facebook every day, you have to be this symbol of perfection. It's not true. Let people watch your beautiful journey unfold. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to peel, a little layer of yourself back and expose your heart to the world. That's what people relate to. People are going to buy because they know, love, and trust you. So 98% of my success has been through social media. Most of us who are building and growing have done so through social media. It's not going away. Facebook is changing every day, but it's not going away. So I want to address some of the fears of social media. Some people are afraid to put their life out there. Some people are afraid of what people are going to think. They're afraid of judgments. Some people don't give it a real effort because they think it's too late. The market is saturated. Guys, social media is not a fad. It gives every single one of us an opportunity to reach out and talk to more people. Facebook is not the only way to build, but it's a tremendous way to generate and create leads. And if you're a busy mom, if you're a busy dad, if you work full time, how else can you make so many connections? I don't go to bars. I don't have time to do sip-in samples every week. And so Facebook is just one avenue that's going to help us meet and lock arms with more people. So there's two different really important ways to build on social media. And the first way is marketing, right? The before and afters, the posts that we put up, the content, the links, the videos. What we hope is that people will relate to it and respond to it. And that's a little bit more passive. It's something that we should be doing every single day, but it is a more passive way of doing it. I've built my business both ways, but if I was not utilizing the second method, and that is straight up in there, sleeves rolled up and prospecting in the trenches, it would not have worked. So the second method is prospecting. And that is actually directly reaching out to people, sending them a private message and seeing if they want to take a look. And so the assignment that we got last week was messaging everyone from your Facebook. This is not just a one-time assignment. This is something that I've been doing for 5 years. Asking people to take a look. So messaging people, reaching out to people, telling them how excited you are, paying them a compliment, telling them why they would be perfect for this. So building is establishing know, like, and trust. It's about communicating your message. It's about connecting with people in a positive way, because positive connections will get you positive attention, which will get you positive results, right? So looking at your numbers, how many people did I reach out to? How many people did I get on the phone? How many people did I follow up with? You've got to know your numbers. You can't just do this like aimlessly. You really have to be intentional with this. And what I share with you guys is that no matter what, like any business, there are ebbs and there are flows, right? So with the ebbs and flows. So for us, a super busy time of year is January. Because that's New Year's resolutions, right? Another busy time is March. That's when it starts getting a little warmer out. Spring, May. People are thinking about Memorial Day weekend. They want to look good. And another busy time is September. That's when our numbers will peak. But I want to share with you that if you are not planting the seeds in October, November, December, January will not look good for you. So the reason why I was able to have 5 enrollments last week is because I spent all of July talking. It was really a consistent effort. Now, maybe you can have 5 conversations a day. You've got to see what your numbers are. How many can you do with 2 small children and a full-time job? And whatever that number is for you, commit to it. I'm committing to inboxing 20 people, which literally takes 3 minutes. I'm committed to getting 3 conversations a day, which is an hour of your time. You know, figure out your numbers and commit to them. Consistency is the key. People will join you, not your company. People join your message. So offering value, recipes, videos, what are you doing to attract people so they know that you are what you say you are? Focusing on the people that you want to attract. Do I want everyone in my business? To be honest with you, in the beginning, I would have enrolled a dead raccoon in the street. As long as it had a social security number, I would have said, you're in. I had 90-year-old grandmothers. They're like, I just want to order 1 shake. I'm like, you're in, baby. You know, I think that once you start building, you're going to want to start focusing on who you want to attract. On the people that you want to bring in. Who are the people that you want to lock arms with? I love moms. I love showing moms that there's a better way. I love women. I love empowering women. I love to work with people that are strong and positive and encourage each other. Who is your avatar? Who is the person that you're looking for? And go after those people. Figure out what ignites you and look for those people and deliver your message specifically targeted towards them. So basically, you're setting up your business, and your business is one that doesn't make any assumptions, right? And people, when they look on your page, what's the first thing that they're going to see? The first thing that they're going to see is your profile picture. What does your profile picture look like? Is it a beautiful picture of you, or is it like a tree in the background? You know, is it a picture of you, or is it a picture of your dog? Because people want to know who they're talking to, who they're dealing with. And so setting up a beautiful, clear profile picture is important. The profile banner. What is your banner in the background? Mine is my team right now. Most of the time it's my family, because that's what I'm about, my team and my family. So what is your banner about? You know, it show your lifestyle. Don't drink, don't talk politics, don't talk religion. It takes a long time to establish your credibility and your reputation online, but it takes 1 single instant to ruin it. And so you have to be mindful not to be a jerk on Facebook. You have to be mindful to keep your political views to yourself. You have to be mindful that if you're having a bad day, call me up. Do not post about it on Facebook, because 1 bad post will completely shift your audience away from you. So be mindful. To me, Facebook is all about love and kumbaya and tribe and friendship and positivity. And if I'm not feeling positive that day, you know what? It's better not to post than to post something negative, and then people are going to misinterpret who you are. And I've learned that a lot, because sometimes how you respond to people, they get the wrong idea about you. And so Facebook should be positive. People stick around you. People want to follow you because you have a message. What does your headline read? Your headline should be your area of interest. Be as specific as possible. I put Amazon bestseller. I put health and wellness coach. I put freedom lover. You know, what does your headline say about you? Because that's the first thing that people read in that about section. So let it be a representation about you. Don't post the company name and don't post the products anywhere. I know a lot of you guys see a lot of leaders posting Isagenix, but guess what? They're already successful. They've already built a name for themselves as a leader in this company. If you are not an Isagenix millionaire yet, please do not post Isagenix, because people are going to Google it, and rather than come to you with curiosity for the information and your story, they're going to go get it on Amazon. And that's a huge problem for us. And we want to address that problem right away. You do not want to get stuff off Amazon. Number one, you're hurting people who are building an in-home business. Number two, you're buying stuff that is not guaranteed. It can be like sitting in the crazy cat lady's basement for 4 months. You could be buying expired crap out of somebody's trunk. Like, I will buy underwear from Amazon. I will not buy anything that I ingest and put into the bodies of my children. And that's an important conversation to have with your team. So create curiosity. Please don't blast Isagenix all over the place. Be very clear on your message. Deliver valuable posts. And I want to say that posting takes time. Posting takes effort. And so a lead is anyone who comments or likes your post. Any single person who comments or likes your post, you absolutely have an obligation to inbox them and make a connection. That's your lead-in. They've just liked your post. I would message them and say, Vanessa, thank you so much for liking my post. You know, it's not always easy to put myself out there, but if I can inspire just one person to be healthier, to be a better version of themselves, that's what it's all about. Any like or comment is an opportunity for you to make a connection. So there are several different kinds of posts, and we'll give you our Facebook system. Number one, it's a value post. You're providing someone with a solution to a common problem. When people look at your page, the first thing they think of is, what's in it for me? So what are you offering them? We have a wonderful system. You want them to visit your page often so that they can continue to get value. So our system is this: Motivational Monday. Just Google it, Motivational Monday. And I put something up there that's going to inspire somebody to do something different. Transformation Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can go to ISA Body Challenge Group. You can go to ISA Accountability Group. You can pull photos from our group and share the story. People don't want to say, this is Joe. This is Joe after he used our products. Be like Joe. You know, what is the story behind it? Joe was a dad. He felt guilty that he couldn't get out of bed. He couldn't coach baseball with his boys. He was tired of living a life like this. He felt guilty that he was putting his family through so much stress. Because of our program, Joe lost 80 pounds and is now living his best life ever. Learn how to write copy. Learn how to share your story. I'll give you guys a tip of what I do. I voice text everything into my phone. Everything. And I would say something like, I'm so incredibly proud of my client, Vicki, who's down 18 pounds. She came to me so unsure of herself, and through coaching and community and support, I have watched her transform her life completely. When you speak, you put your heart into it, right? It comes off a lot differently than typing. And so a lot of my posts, I got good at writing them by speaking my heart into the microphone, speaking my feelings. That's what people buy, your heart. So share your heart with people. That is a value post. We have Wellness Wednesdays. Google a wellness tip on Wednesdays. It can be anything. Tell somebody why it's important to drink water. A Wellness Wednesday, why blueberries improve your skin, how to get more fiber in your diet. You know, look at the common questions that people ask or are facing. Everyone's always tired. Everyone's stressed. Give tips to help people face these common problems. So I have a really, there's a great app, and It's called Answer the Public. And if you type in the word Isagenix or weight loss, it'll show you the 100 most common questions asked about this particular topic. AskThePublic.com. So people want to know, Isagenix. Are Isagenix shakes vegan? Are Isagenix shakes healthy? Are Isagenix low carb? Are they keto? So I try to give value posts while relating to some of these questions. You just want to give people something that they can take away. I put a straw, my kids taught me this. They put a straw through a strawberry and they popped the top of the strawberry out. I had 1,500 views on this little how-to video. People like dumb stuff. People like valuable little how-tos. YouTube it, Google it. Just keep people coming back to your page. The next posts that people love are recognition posts, and I love those. In our world, very few people will recognize you or celebrate you or tell you that you're good enough, that you're valuable, that you're special, that you can make a difference in the world. And that is something that is so attractive to people about our team. It's called FOMO, right? And the more we recognize and celebrate each other, the more people have a fear of missing out on this connection, on this tribe community. So for me, I do recognition posts at least once a week. Make it Freedom Fridays. Make it your day to recognize people on your team. Freedom Fridays, even if you've cycled only once, talk about why it's so magnificent to have an at-home business and what it's done for your relationship with your kids. So recognition posts, telling the story, you're giving social proof, and that's what people need. It's not spammy, it's just recognizing people, and don't overdo it with those. The next is the story posts, and those are the Transformation Tuesdays and Thursdays. Vulnerability, catchy headlines, just inspire people, right? So is everyone good with our system? Motivational Monday, Transformation Tuesdays and Thursdays, Wellness Tip Wednesdays, Freedom Recognition Post Fridays. On Saturdays or Sundays, when things are a little slower, I do engagement posts. An engagement post can be like a funny photo of like food or a pet. And, this week it was like, help me pick out a couch, which one looks better. And I had a whole bunch of people giving like my couch recommendations and dress recommendations. Put up these engaging posts that get people to comment. If you're getting married, you can say, guys, updo or down low. If you're going to a party, can you say like one shoulder or off the shoulder? Give people engagement posts that forces them to comment. Put up a dumb picture of your animal making a silly face and say, comment below and tell me what he's thinking. Just fun things that are going to keep people talking and on your page. So that's a little bit about the engagement posts. Then power posts. So every Sunday night is our power post, and that's a call to action. That's getting to the point. We put up a post looking for 5 to 10 people who want to lose 15 pounds in 30 days. That's a great engagement post. You put up a before and after and you say, free membership this week. Who's in? It's calling them to take an action step. And that's usually done on Sunday nights. So don't be pushy. Consistency and congruency is really going to be what sells. Most people don't even post once a day. And if I can get you guys posting 1 to 2 times a day, you're already in the top 70% of all people that are building on social media. That's all I want you to do is post 1 to 2 a day. I prefer you be present to do the post, because once you put up a post, you have to be there to watch it and respond to it. But if you have a job that doesn't allow you to do that, use apps like Hootsuite, 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 or Post Planner that allow you to prepare these posts in advance. Congruency is so, so important. I've seen people on my team, one day she's selling lipsticks, the other day she's promoting Isogenics, one day she's selling headbands, another day she's talking about detox. It doesn't work. You're going to be seen as the person that sells it all. Find a way to align your message and be congruent. Don't be that person that's all over the place, because you give people that message that you're just one of these people that sell anything. You know, stick with it and really put your heart into it. So consistency and congruency. Don't be scattered. Talk about the things that excite you. So you're selling the idea, you're being very relatable, you're being a normal person. You know, people think that when you hit millionaire or hit a certain status with a company, that it's easier to recruit. It's much harder, because it was more relatable to people when I made $200. Nobody relates to somebody making $12,000 a week. It's not relatable. More people are inclined to make an extra $500 a month than you talking to them about being a millionaire. Be yourself. Don't try to be somebody you're not. You know, allow people to watch your journey unfold. It doesn't get easier, but you've got to be consistent with your message. You've got to be clear about what you're doing. And now I'm going to talk to you guys about something that might make you a little bit nervous, but Facebook Lives, they make me really nervous, and I don't know what I'm going to say, and I feel like my nose looks big every time I do it. But you know what? Times are changing, and if that's what works, I damn well better start doing it. So once a week, we started Testimony Thursdays. Just whatever you do, Testimony Thursdays, interviewing a person on your team. Danielle Nacco, who is great in the kitchen. She does once a week recipes where she shows you how to bake things. Use your niche and do these Facebook Lives. And I'll give you super easy tip. So Facebook Lives are really the most powerful right now. So 4 tips for doing that. Introduction. Hi, my name is Angela Maresca, and I am a mom. And today I would love to show you guys how to make the best cup of raspberry tea ever. Okay, like whatever it is, but say your introduction, give them a reason to watch, you know, stop them in their tracks. Are you guys tired of drinking the same old bland tea? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make a tea that's literally going to take under 30 seconds and change your life, right? So introduction, ask a question, give them a reason to watch. Then number 3, you give them content. Now the content doesn't even have to be your own. You can YouTube it or Google it. It doesn't even matter. Just offer something of value, and then you do a call to action. If you guys love my cup of tea and love what you saw today, I would ask you to hit share and show all your friends. Give them a call to action, or maybe you have a business page. You want to bring them over there, or maybe you just want them to join your private Facebook group so you can show more wonderful recipes like the delicious cup of tea. But step 4 is really that call to action. And invest, learn, and teach it to your team. So whatever you decide to do, just commit to it. Commit to doing 1 Facebook Live a week. Don't be scared. It gets easier and easier and easier. And it really does attract people. Yeah, absolutely. Invest the time to learn it. Do it, even if you start out being really bad at it. And then teach your team how to do it. Because you want them to get over that fear. We all have the same fear. You know, what are people going to think of us? Who's going to judge us? Who's going to laugh at us? Who cares? Who cares? You know, it's not that serious. So making people curious. The personality you have is good enough. The truth is good enough. You have to be honest. You have to be accessible, and you have to showcase your lifestyle. Do not post pictures of you drinking every night, you know, acting a fool. That stuff we do off of Facebook. Deliver great content and teach others the same. You really want to provide valuable information in terms of connecting with people. Think of it as just being social. Think of it just as making friends, and liking and commenting on people's posts will help them feel like they get to know you. Every time you like or comment on someone's post, they're going to go check out your page and see what you're all about. And if you're consistent and congruent and they resonate with you, trust me, you'll right away develop a connection. It is a social network. You do have to make an effort to connect with people. I friend request 10 people a day from different Facebook groups, and we'll talk about the groups in just a moment. But Facebook to me is about turning total strangers into friends. Like Ashley was a total stranger to me. We met in an anti-bullying group, and now we're very good friends. You know, same with Denise. This was a total stranger, and now we're friends. Ed and Bess, I met them off a Facebook group, and now they're my best friends. You know, so it's about he needs an Advil after I'm done with him. So posting good content. Remember, prospecting is about reaching out. You're going to get better and better. It's, you know, a big difference between farming and hunting. Putting up a post on Facebook is farming. Reaching out to people is hunting, is deliberately making those connections. And unless you let people know what your message is, they're simply not going to know. And I just think people feel funny around network marketing, but there's nothing to be shy or embarrassed about. You know, so many people are grateful to me because I was able to have the courage and put that message out there. And I would encourage you to think of it in a different way. Like if you and your husband opened up a children's bookstore, would it be weird for you, Chad, to message all your friends and say, hey, me and my honey opened up a kids bookstore. If you know anyone who's in the market of children's books, I would greatly appreciate the referral. Like that wouldn't be weird, right? But why would it be weird to help somebody with their health? Like we need to get over that. I see so many people with a tremendous network and they're not doing anything with their network. They're not being proactive. And I'm telling them that you better hope nobody else enrolls them because you're not utilizing what you have. And so it really is important to be proactive. So I want to bring Sophia on to talk a little bit about Facebook groups because I built, I would say 95% of my business from posting on these Facebook groups. And being in the Facebook groups really is, guys, there's 650 million Facebook groups. If you tell me that you have no one to talk to on Facebook, I will hold a mirror to you and ask you, how much effort are you giving it? God bless you, Vicki. 650 million groups on Facebook. There are groups for moms of autistic kids. There are groups for foster moms. There are groups for grandmas of twins. There are groups for people who like to dance naked in the rain. There is a Facebook group for every single thing you can think of. Think of it. Get into 5 groups a day. And when you get into these groups, add value. Contribute, engage, talk to people. You have a favorite book? I love Gabby Burns. She's amazing. She has the best books. Guess what? Every single one of her books has a Facebook page with over 20,000 people in there. I add value. I say, hey, who wants to do a 14-day gratitude challenge with me? Anybody that raised their hand? Friend. I friend requested them all. It is not easy to make friends on Facebook. What's hard is being at a 5,000 capacity max and you got to start unfriending your Isogenics friends and making room for some of those leads. So get into those Facebook groups, make conversations, connect with people, identify, comments on posts, like posts, inbox them, tell them how much value you found from their post. Ask them if it would be okay if you friended them. And remember, they're watching you. And now remember, all this time you're consistent and congruent. Motivational Monday, Transformation Tuesdays and Thursdays. So when the minute somebody sends you a friend request, now don't lie, the minute someone sends you a friend request, do you life stalk their entire page? I will go back 5 years and like look at their baby pictures. Like I will literally know everything about you in 5 minutes. They're doing that same thing to you. So are you going to be congruent in your words, or are you going to be eating burritos and drinking tequilas one day and then talking about detoxing the next? It's important to have that consistency if you're going to build on social media. It's important to establish yourself as the authority. Even though you're Googling every little bit of shit that you're putting out there, it doesn't matter. They don't know you're Googling. Just present yourself as the authority, okay? So, what else? God, I did a lot of homework to really bring you guys this good stuff. Are you finding value in this? Yeah, okay, good. So when you inbox people, do not send emojis and exclamation points. Okay, I've recently learned this and read the statistics on this. When you inbox people, 20% will lose interest and it will take away your power if you start inboxing people messages with emojis. So when you inbox someone, you want to say something enticing. You want to call them by their first name. So you want to say, the best times to post, 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., Trisha asked. Those are good times to post because that's when people get to the office. They like literally checking their stuff, and usually before bed once the kids are down. So, well, this is it, Victoria. This is the Facebook lesson. You're getting it tonight. So there's not much more to it. So when you send someone an inbox, you want to call them by their first name, and the first sentence has to be catchy. You want to connect with someone, and you want it to be very personal and the reason for their message. So when I inbox people, it sounds something like this. Hey, Ed, I really love your page and the content that you're posting. You look like you're such a great dad, and your kids are just so beautiful. The reason why I'm messaging you is because I'm wondering if you would be open to taking a look at what I do. You look like you would be phenomenal at this, especially because you spend a lot of time at home with your daughters. You know, I would message Sophia, and I would say, hey, Sophia, I'm so excited for you. I noticed that you're a grandma of twins now. Well, I have totally been thinking about you, and I think you would be absolutely perfect for my program. Would you be open to talking for 5 minutes so I can share with you what I've been up to? I mean, call them by their first name, you know, pay them a compliment, find the connection, and then ask them if they would be willing to take a look. Don't spend 2 hours talking to someone and then you kind of back end the question, because then they feel like they were like duped. Just be honest with them. Tell them they're fantastic. Kelly, you look like an amazing mom. I see your 2 beautiful girls. I'm also a stay-at-home mom, and you totally look like the kind of mother that I am. I resonate with you so much. Would you be open to chatting with me for about 5 minutes? I have an amazing stay-at-home opportunity that I think you would just be perfect for. It's not hard to do, and it's open, and it's honest, and it's sincere. I even message people and say, hey, Joe, I saw your post and I can totally relate. I've also struggled. What have you tried in the past? Now, I may be barking up the wrong tree, or this may or may not be for you, but I have an amazing nutritional cleansing program. You know, you want to offer people a solution, and you want to be upfront. I'm really not shy about this gift that I have to offer, because I know how much it's going to help people. And another thing that I think that I have, and I hope, and I know that with time you will all have it, is posture. Somebody could say the dumbest thing to me, and the old me would have been like reactive, like, what do you mean you need to chew your food? That is the dumbest thing I've heard. My posture now is, Well, you know what? I totally get that because I used to feel the same way. But what I have found is that it's not necessary to chew your food because it still goes in your tummy and you feel full. My posture is so different. Like anyone who comments on my Facebook, anyone who doesn't like know that I have a business, anyone who says like something ignorant, I just, you know what? I don't take offense to it anymore because I feel so solid in my belief that I just don't let I don't want to say ignorant, but some people, they just don't know what they don't know. And so if someone says something hurtful, it's not personal. It's not anything towards you. It's just that they don't know. So rather than take a stance of like getting offended and getting upset, it's our job to really educate people. So anyone who likes or comments, reach out. Hey, I saw your comment on my Facebook Live. I don't know if you know what I've been up to, but I have a business where I'm constantly looking for cool people to work with. I don't know if I'm barking up the wrong tree or this may or may not be for you, but I'm happy to share what I'm doing. So you want to take these conversations to conversion. You want to get them on the phone and you want to really share your heart with them. And you want to help the person come to their own decisions. So shifting their mindset, really handling and debunking those objections. Sending ICE a movie. My favorite tool is the three-way phone call. I always have appointments to close. You know, I send them the information. I want to have that three-way, but no matter what, I always follow up with them. So Ed is going to like this because I use the word shut up. And Ed, we were at an event in Texas, and I mean, they're like pretty straight by the book, you know, a lot of church-going people. And here we are from New York. And Ed says in a crowd of 300 on stage with me standing next to him, all you've got to do is just shut up. And the people in Texas looked like they almost fell off their chairs. I said, we're not getting an invite back here ever again. So following up and closing, what did you like best about the information that I showed you? What stood out the most for you? A lot of people talk and talk and talk, but they don't know how to close that transaction. And that's really important. Like if your client says to you, okay, so what do I have to do to get started? Girl, you have not done your part. You should be the one asking them what they need to get started. Okay? So don't be afraid to ask for the close. How would you feel having Isagenix in your life? How do you think it would benefit you? Sounds like you're ready to do this. And then shut up. I literally sat on the phone, and I'm from New York. Silence is very uncomfortable for me. But I literally had to sit there for 20 seconds until the person thought about it. And when they're quiet, they're making a decision. Do not interrupt. And finally, he said, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. And thank God that I didn't open my big mouth and interrupt like I normally want to do. So you don't have to get people on the phone, guys, but in my experience, and I've signed up over 900 people, three-way phone calls are the most effective tool because it really does give credibility to what you're saying. And, you know, in my experience, lead with the product. More people will be inclined to try the product. There's more duplication in leading with the product. Most people will try the product and then share with people instead of people. It's hard to find someone who's working full time and wants to start another business. And so much of my success has been with leading with the products, putting the products in their body, and then having them share with two friends. That's been the most beneficial to me. So Having people disappear is not unusual. The reason why people don't respond to you in the Facebook message is either because they're busy or just not interested. But position yourself as a busy person also. So you can inbox someone and say, I'm so sorry. I have been so busy enrolling new people. I totally dropped the ball on following up with you. Like, flip it around. Even though they're the ones that have been ignoring you, I totally flip it around and make it look like I've been ignoring them. And I will inbox them and say, I'm so sorry I have not followed up with you, but I'm just checking in on you just to see how you're doing. I want to update you on what's been going on. Update and deflect. Update them on what's been going on. We're in South Korea now. And then deflect. Maybe you know someone who lives in South Korea. Or, I've been so busy. I have 5 new people that got started last week. Do you happen to know anyone who would be interested in improving their health? So update them on what's been going on and then ask for a referral. Deflection. So that's a great way to follow up. You don't just always want to say, like, yeah, flip it on them, Mikey. You don't want to call them up and say, so I'm just checking in on you. I want to see if you're ready to get started. No, hold your posture. Be excited. I was so darn busy enrolling the last 20, I forgot to get back to you. You know, let them know that things are happening. It creates that fear of missing out in people. Don't give up on people. Most of my enrollments have come after a year of watching me, 2 years of watching me. You know, nobody here is going to be an overnight success, and the amount of time and effort that you put into it will be the time and effort that you will get out of it. You know, at the end of the day, we're helping people. We're helping people improve their life physically and financially. And if you can take anything away from that, be so proud of that. So, Sophia, I'm so sorry. I had so much content and I really want to get to you, and I want to give you guys the homework assignment. Build locally. I was on the phone with Susan Sly today. She goes, have you ever Googled South Koreans in New Jersey? And I'm like, no, that's brilliant. She goes, do it. Google South Koreans in New Jersey. Get to every event. Try to build locally. You know, find local groups. Go through your friends list and search your current city and connect with people that are close by to you. Find local groups. Find local fan pages. Set a daily goal and focus on your daily activity. I never focus on my results. I never, ever focus on my results. I focused on my commitment to do what I said I was going to do. And if I said I'm going to talk to 3 people a day, follow up with 3, and make 3 new friends, that's what I do. Don't get discouraged, because you will find that as long as you are committed to your activity, the action will follow. I promise. It takes time to build, but when you start experiencing that build, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. You just have to be a little bit patient. It takes time. You know, building a pipeline out of strangers who becomes friends, it takes time. You have to add value. So Sophia, there's no right or wrong way, by the way. You can blog, you can do videos, you can Instagram. It's all important. But don't hide behind social media. The most important thing that you can do here is be consistent and talk to people. Facebook is just one way of generating leads, a big, big way. So, Sophia, when I met you, you had maybe 300 friends on Facebook. You were very shy and reserved about posting your results. And then you started building on groups. How many people do you think that you have enrolled so far?
From the groups, 99% of my business.
And how many enrollments have you had in your 4 years with me?
About 400 probably.
Okay, so 400 enrollments, This is someone who lives in the woods in Pennsylvania. Have you guys ever been to the Poconos? There is like more deer shit than human beings walking around. So I'm just telling you guys, like, she has built her entire network through Facebook groups. Sophia, as soon as she heard that we were in Mexico, she was the first one to join Moving to Mexico group. So talk to me about what you post. How do you make friends? How do you build connections from these groups? Because to enroll 400, you probably have had over 2,000 conversations. Number one, what do you post in these groups? Number two, how do you build trust? Number three, how do you get these people on the phone? Because you're getting a credit card, and back then we needed the social, from total and complete strangers. We're giving you their credit card and their social security. So number one, what do you post in these groups?
Well, it depends what group you're in. So a lot of the groups, you cannot go in there and start posting about transformations or isogenics or network marketing or anything like that. So those groups, you just go in there to really make friends. So groups that I belong, that I know I can't post anything like that, I'm either posting about my grandkids or about, what's happening in the woods around me, or how big the corn got in front of my house, things like that. Really, that it doesn't have nothing to do what I do. But when you start meeting people in there and you bring them into your Facebook, then they're going to know what you do. So that's where you go. I just go in there and I look at what's going on, what people are posting. Most of the times, I don't even post anything. I just get into conversations of what's happening in the group. So if there is a post or a conversation of something that I like, I try to give them something of value. I either give them my opinion, what I think about what's happening, or something like that. If that person really likes what you're telling them, you don't even have to send them a friend request. They're going to inbox you. They're going to send you that friend request, and you're going to develop a friendship with that person. Of course, there's people that I met. It's not like I met someone in a group and I ask them, oh, okay, I work with Isagenix. I have this great weight loss programs. Give me your CC. No, you have to develop a friendship with them. They have to kind of get to know you, trust you, and then they'll give you their credit card and social security number and all that. So it takes time.
How do you develop that friendship? By commenting on their posts, by liking on their posts, by saying you look beautiful today, good luck on your daughter's graduation. I
have conversations with these people. Once they come into my Facebook, if it's someone I'm sending a friend request, right after I send that friend request, I'm going to send them a message and tell them exactly why I'm sending them a friend request. Either because I like them or I saw something in their page that I liked about them, or whatever the conversation was that we're having. I liked what they were discussing or something. But I just don't send anybody just a friend request and, just leave it there. If I send someone a friend request, I'm going to send them a personal message, and I'm going to talk to them and tell them exactly why I'm sending a friend request and who I am.
So finding a connection, finding
exactly. If it's someone that is sending me a friend request, I do the same. If you send me a friend request and I don't know you, I'm going to send you a personal message, and I'm going to find out who you are and where we got in common, and I'm going to get to know that person. So once we start talking like that, and then I just now send them a message and forget all about them. When I make a new friend, I'll make sure that I'll stay in touch with them for a week or a week and a half or two. And throughout that time, we are becoming friends. I'm finding out things about them. They're finding out things about me. I'm finding out about their kids. I'm finding out, what they do, what their life is. So I kind of, when it comes about for us to talk about Isagenix, they already trust me. They already know me. They already, know who I am and how I am and all of that.
How many groups do you belong to, Sophia?
Oh my God, I lost track.
Okay, let me ask a better question to give everyone a perspective. You build your business by posting in these groups. How many groups do you post in per day?
I post about 3-4 groups a week. I'll keep those 3-4 groups. I post about one group one day, maybe two. I don't do too many, because if you do too many and mutual friends belong to different groups, and they see you posting on all these groups, they're gonna say, "Well, she's desperate with this thing," or whatever. If you are posting about Isagenix. So I usually don't only post about Isagen in the groups I'm supposed to, that I'm allowed to, and I only do 1 or 2 a week, and I rotate. So I kind of, see what groups I can do that, and if I pick this 2 this week, I'm gonna pick 2 different ones, and I kind of, check the people to see, if I don't have too many mutual friends or something. I belong to so many that I can do that, and I can rotate.
And let's say you put up like a before and after photo in the group, and you get a lot of traction and you get a lot of messages within that group. A lot of like the yard sale groups do that. They allow you to post. How do you then accumulate or compile your list? You write down the names. Do you send them all
Yes.
friend requests?
Yes, I don't send them friend requests no more, because I'm at 5,000 people. So like every day I'm taking people out to put others in, and it's like a whole hot mess. So I'm not sending friend requests anymore, but I keep index cards of everybody that I talk to and what I talk to them about. And that's how I do my follow-ups. So usually this post, I'm very lucky with those kind of postings, because every single post I make, I get like 50 to 70 conversations out of one post. So
I don't think it's luck, and I want to just put into perspective for you guys that she's in hundreds of groups. Many she's been thrown out from, many allow her to post the before and after, but she does it succinctly. So if she posts a before and after in one group, she won't be back in that group for another month. And now she follows their rules and guidelines, and she's making friends. This is someone who had less than 300 friends, was embarrassed to speak to people because of the language barrier, and now she's at max capacity with her friends list. I mean, can you imagine building a friends list of 5,000 people in 4 years solely based off connecting with people in Facebook groups? Give me some examples of some kind of groups that we can encourage them to find.
I belong to some weight loss groups. Usually the weight loss groups, I don't make before and after posts. So those groups, I go in there, and you always find a lot of people asking for advice. They either, terribly doing something terribly wrong with whatever system they're using, or they're not having any results, or they're feeling very desperate. So those is the kind of posts I look for, and I try to give them advice of whatever they're asking for. So that's a friend. If you give something to that person of value that's going to make a difference on whatever pain she's having that moment, that person is going to be your friend. And I don't even have to inbox them. They're going to inbox me and ask, what else do you know? What else can I do? What else do you know about this? Once they inbox me, they see what I do and what's going on in my private Facebook.
So you are in weight loss groups. You don't post before and after in those because you don't want to feel salesy, but you do kind of like stalk and look for people who have pain points, and those who have pain points, you would message them privately and offer them a tip like, hey, add more protein. Hey, drink more water.
Yeah. So now this
program, you're building a relationship with them.
Exactly. Now this is something that takes time too. So, for someone that has a job 9 to 5 and kids and everything, maybe you don't have enough time to do it the way I do it. So you're probably better off going to the yard sale. I really don't even like to post in yard sales. I don't, very, very rarely. I think I've done it like 4 or 5 times. I don't like those groups too much, because I think a lot of those people, they just want to get the information. That's it. I like other kind of groups of communities of people that are more centered of what they want. Like the the yard sale groups, they really don't attract. I belong to a whole bunch of them, but I really don't post much in there.
Oh,
I think
I love them because that's where Alina found Kim Herb. So listen, you never know, but Sophia has built up her credibility. She's been very giving with the information. I want to give you guys the homework assignment, and then I will open it up for some Q&A. And the homework assignment is going to be a little tough on the leaders, but I think it's worth it. So the homework assignment is this. I would encourage you guys twice a day to put up a post following our system. So tomorrow you will post Transformation Tuesdays. You're going to try. You're going to get into the ISA Body Accountability Group. You're going to get into the ISA Challenge Group. And tomorrow you're all going to tell the story. You can tell my story, Ed's story, your coach's story. You can choose another person in the group, ask them if you can share their story. But you're going to post every day, twice a day, following our system. Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday. Wednesday, you're going to offer something of value, a tip. Thursday, transformation photos. Friday, Freedom Friday, or a recognition post celebrating someone special on the team. Saturday, you're going to put up an engagement post. Sunday, a call to action. I will give bonus points if you guys do a Facebook Live. And when you have completed all 6 days, you lucked out because today is Monday, so you're missing a motivational Monday. But when you have posted all 6 days, please inbox your team leader and say, my assignment is done. Can you please look at my Facebook wall and give me some feedback? And leaders, this is going to be the most challenging for you, but I do want you to go to their page, and I do want you to give them constructive criticism and say, okay, this wasn't good because you used the word isogenics. This was terrible because you chopped off the person's head, right? You're a leader because you know what you're doing. So go back, look at their wall, look at the 6 days worth of material, and give them constructive criticism. Because if they're not going to learn how to do this, and if they're not going to feel comfortable on how to do this, they're never going to do this. You know, and talk within your groups and give each other suggestions. You're posting on your personal page so that you can attract clients. Okay, so this is on your personal page. It's not going to help if you're in the group because everyone in the group is already on Isogenics. Part 2 of the assignment is to join 5 different Facebook groups this week. 5 different Facebook groups that are relevant and special and resonate with you, and start making friends. Make 10 friends before the end of the week. If you love ballroom dancing, join a dancing group. If you're getting ready for a wedding, join some bridal groups. Make friends, connect with people. You are looking to socially connect with people and not sell them isogenics. If you are consistently posting, then you're not going to have any problems because people are going to look on your page and see what you're all about, right? So that's it. That's the assignment. I want to get you guys as comfortable as possible with Facebook so that you're doing the daily activity every day, because that's how I built my entire business. Is it the only way? No, but if I've built majority of my business, as has Sophia, as has Ed, then it's certainly worth it for us to teach it to you and have you teach it down to your team. Most of the people are not posting because they're fearful. They're afraid to sound silly. They're afraid they don't know what they're doing. But if we can hold hands and do this together and walk you through it and say, you know what, Monday was excellent. Tuesday was magnificent. Wednesday, I would tweak it like this. You know, we're here to help each other improve and grow and get better. And let me tell you, leaders, if you send your people off with the confidence to do this as a daily method of operation, their businesses are going to flourish because of you. So super important. So let's answer some questions. The post should go on our personal page, not the Isagenix pages, of course, because that's where you're going to get leads. In the Isagenix pages, they're already on Isagenix. So yes, on your personal page, we want you consistently posting on your personal page, adding yourself to groups and making friends. What are your numbers? Mine are 3 to 5 new friends a day. 3 to 5 new friends a day. So I will also type up the assignment. So does anyone have any questions? You can raise your hand or just unmute yourself. My throat is jacked. I talk a lot. Okay. Any questions? Any comments? Any confusion about the assignment? Don't be posting in the group saying you don't get it. Yeah, I'm gonna drink some oil. I have all my essentials. I'm rubbing stuff on my neck, on my hands.
I have a question.
Yes.
What were the 4 steps for lives? You said, oh, it's like something step 4, and I was distracted for like the first 3 with my kid.
Okay. So tips for Facebook Live. I literally have 13 pages of notes for you guys, which is
Wow.
okay. So Facebook Live videos. Number 1, introduce yourself.
Okay.
Number 2, ask a question. Give them a reason to watch. Number 3, your content, which can be tips from Google or YouTube. And then number 4, a call to action. What do you want them to do with this information? Comment, share it, post, get into your private group, and then commit to doing that live once a week, every week.
Introduce, ask a question, content, call to action.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I don't see who asked, but thank you for asking that.
It was Tara.
Hi, Tara. Yes, you're on
Hi.
page 2. I don't see you. Okay. Anyone else have a question?
I do. It's Trisha.
Yes.
You said for Transformation Tuesday and Thursday, you gave a couple of different pages where I could grab testimonials from. I know of ISA testimonials, but I was just curious of what other ones you had.
Can you see my screen right now, Trisha?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let's see if my Facebook cooperates. My internet is a little bit slow. Okay, so we have ISA Body Accountability Group. This is super slow. So in the ISA Body Accountability Group, you can find, we have the ISA Body Challenge group. This is 41,000 members and pictures and transformations.
Okay.
So I scroll through the photos of the ISA Body Challenge group, and then I read the story, and I see if there's a story behind it, and then I would tell her story a little bit. I would kind of paraphrase it and say, this is my teammate, Melissa Stokes. And I would click on the picture. If they don't have a story, I'm not going to make one up about them. I really want to know, you know. I want to know a little bit about what they're saying and if I can paraphrase it into my own words and if it's going to resonate with my crowd. Like if it's like a Japanese dude who's like a bodybuilder and like weightlifting, chances are it's not going to resonate with the people on my team. Or the people on my page. The people on my page are married couples. The people on my page are moms. The people on my page are dads. There are people in their late 30s, 40s. So I'm looking for pictures of people that will resonate with them. So the ISA Body Challenge, the ISA Body Accountability Group. Our page also has wonderful photos. And so you can use somebody from our team if you scroll and you see like a great transformation photo. This is Raphael Captain. This is my friend Lisa Koch. This is Danielle Kerr. She's on our team. So just look through the pictures and see who will resonate the most with you.
Okay, and then we ask their permission before we post, or if
I
it's on there.
generally don't, to be honest with you, because once it's out there, it's public information.
Okay.
So I generally don't. I don't make any false claims. I would never say that I coached someone when I didn't. But I would say, like, this is my teammate, Trisha. She's a mom of 2 kids. This is her amazing transformation. If it makes you feel comfortable to ask someone on the team, certainly, certainly ask. But honestly, once it's out there, I feel like it's public. You can
Right.
Google it and just utilize it. The only thing that I don't like is when people say, well, how long did she do this? And you're like, I don't know. And you don't want to get caught in a situation where you don't know anything about that person.
Right.
Try to at least get to know a little bit about their story or how to contact them. Because if somebody should ask, well, how long did it take for her to lose that weight? You want to be able to inbox the person and say, hey, Rebecca, I used your photo. People are asking about it. How long did it take you to get those results? So at least you know who you can go back to and get them the answers.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else have any questions? I think it's going to be a real fun assignment, and I think for many of us, it's going to encourage us to really get out of our own way and focus on action, focus on consistency, focus on congruency, focus on being deliberate with our daily activity as opposed to, I didn't get an enrollment. Don't worry about the enrollment. The enrollments will come. Just focus on your activity. What are you committed to? Talk with your leaders. I'm committed to, posting in 1 group a day. I'm committed to 3 conversations, to making 5 new friends. Really, leaders, get them to focus in on their goals. When you go to work for a boss, he's going to give you that assignment. He's going to tell you exactly what needs to be done. When you go to school and you're taking a course, you've got a syllabus and an agenda. You know exactly what you need to do to get an A in that course. It has to be the same way here. You have to have a game plan. How many leads, how many conversations, how many follow-ups, how many groups am I posting, and how many friends am I making today? Because if you're going to build socially, you've got to grow your social network. And you've got to grow your credibility. You have to. It takes time. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? Okay, awesome. Thank you guys for being on. I hope you found value in this. I will upload the recording as well as the assignment, and I hope you have an amazing Blitz week. Last week was incredible. We had over 100 new members join us, and I'm totally convinced it's because of this Blitz. I know you're all working so hard, and I can't wait to see where everyone winds up at the end of our 90-day game plan. So thank you so much, everyone, for being on. Have a great night.
Night, Angie.
Good night, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Good night.
everyone.